Well, hello there guys and girls, I hope you're all doing bloody well and welcome along to another episode of Draw With Mikey. We're on episode 71, it's the last DWM of 2K17, so yay! Give yourselves a hand everybody, we made it to the end of this year. It was nothing like 2016 was, thank God, but still I'm looking forward to 2018 nonetheless. For those of you not in the know, this is the super casual whatever series. It's my opportunity to read through your comments, simply just see what's going on with you lot. Spoiler alert, swear word alert, it's really rough around the edges and badly edited, and it's just for catch-up midweek show. On a Thursday I think today instead of a Wednesday, really super late, but it's that kind of Christmas to New Year's window where all the rules are out of the window. Anyway, so what's going on with you guys? What is the vibe? Alex the Great 1233 says, okay Mike, a couple of things. One, the anime girl you were talking about in the last DWM with the sinister smile is most likely Tanya from Saga of Tanya the Devil. It's a good show. 2, can you draw Revy from Black Lagoon and or Shize from Mega's Bride? Not together, but you know, and they're also two very good shows. And 3, to add to your ongoing list of things, can you do a video on creating custom characters and dynamic poses, and maybe a little more foreshortening? Also, not in one video, or in one, up to you, of course, please and thanks. Alex the Great, what a lovely mission of things you've given me. I'm going to try to work out if that sinister smile character is Tanya from Saga of Tanya the Devil. She looked like she was wearing like maybe a Nazi uniform, I think. I'm just going to go back onto a new tab and see if it was the same one that was suggested to me last time round. Immediate answer appears to be yes. Yes it was. Excellent. Well done, you've actually worked that out very well. Excuse me, just got another YouTube tab kicking off as well. Okay, and custom characters, dynamic poses, they are all things that we're going to smash out on the list for future tutorials going into next year, good sir. Thank you very much for the suggestions. Foz Tacticus says, why do these sketches remind me of Bluto from Popeye? Oh, so in the last DWM I was just playing around with Cuphead themed versions of Mikey, me. And I went like really heavy on the beard and that kind of really raggedy mouth kind of vibe. So yeah, there was a very Pluto-y theme about it, but to be fair, the kind of raggedy beard character in Cuphead is also lifted straight out of Popeye's Pluto, or like heavily referenced anyway, so it's all on topic. At the moment, what's going on? Yeah, maybe you guys are getting your own delicious artwork done in the background, and obviously I've just been drawing on the tablet, sketching out some rough ideas. These are some Journey characters that we're playing around with, because about a week ago and a bit, live streamed Journey, thanks to your suggestions. Had a lot of fun doing that on Twitch, and wanted to have a go at making a thumbnail for the other channel, Mega 2. In the end we didn't use any of these, but it was mostly a case of just playing around with the character and thinking about the form and what's going on and chatting with people on the line. As ever, you're going to see a time-lapse version on your screen, just to keep your eyes busy, also reading through your comments and really just having a catch-up. So yeah, you're on topic, Foz. I Am Titan says, hey Mikey, hello Titan. I love your videos because they're inspirational as fuck. I'm getting graphics tablets for Christmas, and other than tips in the previous videos, do you have any pointers to break it in and get the hand-eye coordination back? I Am Titan, thank you very much. Practice, practice, practice. Crack out loads of stuff. You just got to keep using it. Find all the little niggles, find how you sit comfortably with the thing, make sure you've got all your settings sorted in Photoshop or whatever software you might be using it with, and just sit down and just start to enjoy it. Getting used to your line strength and line weight is really important, so work out like how soft and hard your brushes are and when you're going to use certain lines for certain things. Work slower instead of faster and you'll get frustrated less, especially in the beginning, and slowly it should come around. Stephen Cabrera says, with how infrequently Mikey makes these DWMs, I feel a need to troll him and have questions from 20 episodes ago. Oh damn it, dude. Did you ever get Lazy Nezumi? Oh, the software you guys were talking about. Oh, see, we've just been talking about line weights with I Am Titan. The software that takes your slightly wobbly, wonky lines in Photoshop and auto-straightens them or auto-flows them into curves. No, sir, I did not. Instead, I have simply been persevering with just sticking with my actual hand strength, coordination in my line art, and just forcing that. I'm not saying it's any good right now, but I'm forcing that to be better instead of relying on a tool to do it for me. So we'll slowly get there, although I'll probably still give it a try one day, mate. Have you watched Konosuba yet? No, I have not. Remember when you had 100k subscribers? Yes, I do. It was in spring 2017 or thereabouts. It was an incredible time. It was really exciting. I got 100k whilst I was doing a piece of Nier Automata fan art. I remember the moment. It's a big thing in Mikey's life. And also, you notice the pen from one of the bearded ladies is labelled Unball. Lols. Anyway, lots have happened. Congrats to the follow through with that Twitch idea. Thank you very much, Stephen. Oh, if you've popped in at any point, of course you have. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun on there. I'm on and off on the Twitch quite a lot at the moment because I'm really excited. It's a honeymoon period and I've got a lot of time off work because of Christmas, although that's coming to an end because now I'm going back to work. So I don't know if I'll have like a regular Twitch upload pattern stream. It's mostly just playing around, but we'll see what we do with that. It's certainly fun. It's certainly where the video games have gone. Somebody was mentioning you could do like a double dip live stream where you stream to a particular website and that website streams it to your Twitch channel and to YouTube. So we might do like a freeway one day kind of thing, but the live streaming will probably come out of Mega Mega 2 while some more concise videos stay in Mikey Mega Mega, the core channel. Axio Watt says, oh yeah, I thought I heard the whole fun is timeless and cool is relative discussion from you somewhere. Agreed. Also, thanks to your suggestions, I finally decided, we were talking about Sonic and Mario, how one was cool and one was fun, and why one has worked throughout the ages and one hasn't. Finally decided to share some drawings here on YouTube. No masterpieces, but it's fun to share. Axio, it is fun to share. Well done, dude. I've got back from work today. Basically, yesterday, if any of you follow me on Twitch, you'll know that I've been drawing some sexy Christmas elves, and it's 3 days longer than I thought it was going to take. It ended up being something like 19 hours of solid streaming, and I finished them this morning after an all-nighter. I did a 7-hour-long stream. It finished about 5 in the morning, and then I've just had had to go straight to work, and I've just had a full day at work. So I've come back, and I'm just sipping a little bit of... Oh, it's delicious. JD Honey and Pepsi Max. And I'm going to force myself to stay awake, crack out this and do some other bits, and then pass out at a normal hour and get my sleeping pattern back. So if I feel like, if it sounds like I'm just like on edge or anything like that, it's because I am. We're all staying up together. It's going to be amazing. Excellent. What are you saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, sharing is really good. Matthew Hawks, I'm getting a drawing tablet. I'm very excited. It will be my first. Ooh, popping your cherry. Love your videos. It really helps me into art. Thank you, Matthew Hawks. No worries, dude. Thanks for popping along. I do appreciate it, obviously. Te Anime Kid. I love all of your content. As far as diversifying, I believe you're on the right track with separating your content into 2 or 3 channels to build strong bases without frustrating your followers. Thank you, yeah. I've been really stubborn about that, but I am finally taking people's advice. It's your channel and do what you want, but just from a business perspective. Anywho, cheers, keep drawing. I'll keep drawing too. Yeah, my attitude for the last 2, or is it 3-ish years now? 2.5, has been something like, it is my channel and I will do what I want and I'm not going to worry about it. But now we're reaching to the point where maybe I can turn this hobby into possibly a part-time job. We're on the cusp. So now I do need to still keep it exactly what I want, but maybe split what I want into clearly defined topics so that it works well with an audience. Analytics. 11 Jinjin says, you don't know what you're talking about, Mikey. Mila Jovovich is a super soldier. If you want to talk bad movies... She's good in The Fifth Element, and she's hot in all of her other stuff. She's attractive, but she's been in some shit, man. I don't know what to tell you. If you want to talk movies, let's talk John Wick. You forgot to mention how he takes a shower, puts on a suit, then kills 12 guys in his kitchen. What? No time to jack off first? And what was the point of that movie? They killed his dog and stole his car? What's the dumbass plot of the second movie then? Some sort of blood oath? 11 Jinjin, get out. I love John Wick, especially the first one. I thought it was really, really good. Yeah, he has a shower and he puts on a suit, and then some people try to kill him, and they're all wearing masks so that the stunt people can be reused for other scenes, and it's great. It's so much fun. What are you talking about, mate? And the second one was also so much fun, but more artistic, which was great, but also quite long and quite clearly choreographed to the point that sometimes you came out of it. But it had the scene with the pencil where he does the guy with the pencil. Fuck. That, like, made me cringe in the seat. You can't tell me that is not a... I mean, yeah. Of course it is. It's a bullshit premise. But you can't tell me that's not a fun, like, film to sit down and watch. Oh mate, I might try to fall asleep to that later. James MDR, 180 likes, 0 dislikes. Claps. I'm sure we've got some dislikes by now, dude, but thank you very much for the support. And The Art of Things says, hey Mikey, hello The Art of Things. I cannot believe Nier and Dragon Guard were mentioned. Dear God, I always feel they are lost in obscurity, and some of my favourite games. I was recently talking to people on Twitch and asking about this again, oddly enough, just recently in that last stream. Oh my goodness. Although you won't get all of the side missions or know who all of the characters are in theory, I hear you can just dive straight into Nier Automata if you want to without worrying about the other versions, which is, to be fair, probably what I'm going to do because I've got enough time to smash out like 3 other games. You think the third one's bizarre, but personally not as interesting as the other 2 are. Well done, since the company dissolved before the third one came out. Oh, I see. So it's a bit more about who made it and why. Anyway, you don't need to play the other 2. Same with Dragon Guard. You've been trying to get back into drawing regularly as you like to open a shop and sell some prints on the side. Oh, good on you. People buying your works hold a very special spot in your heart, I bet. That's awesome, dude. Thanks for creating the content you do. You're welcome. It's great to see an artist just having fun. Yeah, no, it is lots of fun to do this. Right now, it's fun mixed with please don't fall asleep, Mikey. Like, I'm borderline narcolepsy right now. But it's good just having a little sip. It is fun to do the stuff. Especially when it's like your passion mixed with something that you've made yourself kind of thing. Although, to be fair, the actual creation is all down to people clicking subscribe. It sucks a bit when you're not in the mood for it and you feel obliged to do it, so I don't. And it sucks a bit when you're really behind with tablet review videos and the supplier sent you a tablet and they're getting angry because it was supposed to be out a week ago and you haven't used the right links that they sent you, and they go send you an anti-email and you're just like swings and roundabouts. Yeah, but it's good. I like it overall. Keeps me happy. Evil G or EVLG. Hey Mikey. Hello Evlook. Have you considered drawing any of the characters from Xenoblade Chronicles? Duh! You should think about it for your next DWM. The character design is right up your alley, and by that I mean they have massive, well, you know. Yeah, of course I do. Massive personalities, obviously. Big eyes. Xenoblade Chronicles, I will, you having said that, Control C, open a new tab, and look at that for later. Excellent, we'll come back to that. Thanks for the suggestion. And Yage Miyami says, ladies and gents, the man, the myth, Mikey Mega Mega is back in full swing. Welcome back, you're a missed fam, never leave again. Dude, thank you so much. It's good to be back, isn't it? Although we're on this first week of January, here's a warning everybody, God knows what the uploads will be because it's a fresh year and that's when like you've just got to get loads of shit sorted and straighten out your house a bit. But yeah, no, we're essentially back. We're doing all the things. Trey Z, do you draw with references or off top? Trey Z, I can do both. However, if I draw off the top of my head, I only tend to draw stuff I already know, and my characters are less exciting. If I look at loads of references or make a reference sheet and really just fill up my visual vocabulary, I end up drawing something more exciting, I end up experimenting more, and my characters usually have like more interesting quirks or in better, more fluid poses than before. So I always recommend reference, 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 build up your own like base vocabulary of artistic things that you can put into your work. When you have that library built up, sure, you can walk off and just do a drawing, that's great, but all the drawings you do are kind of, you're using up the ammunition you've got, you're not finding any new guns. I hope that metaphor makes some kind of sense. Terrell676 says, hello from Norway, Mikey. Hello there, Terrell, how you doing? Hello to all peoples from around the world. Being like nearly 321 is kind of fun. I love your videos, and I have to say my own artwork has improved a lot of your tutorials, tips and tricks. Awesome, pleased to hear it. When working with my art, I listen to you and I do a lot of different kinds of music, but I promise that the music from the read more game Nier Automata is just perfect. Wow, everyone's going near nuts these days. Oh, little history, POV for the Tanya comment. She's from the anime saga of Tanya the Evil and she's not a Nazi. Wrong time. She would be an imperialist. In our timeline, the Nazi Party didn't get a foothold before the 1930s. In the 1910s, it was the German Empire, Tanya's alternate timeline. She went back to the early 1910s, so the Nazis didn't even exist. It's the German Empire. Good. So two things we're talking about a lot is Tanya the Evil and Nier Automata. I guess I'm going to have to watch and play both. I'm just going to go back here, Saga. Just put this on my to-do list, Nier I'll have to grab a copy off eBay, I guess. For the PS4. Can you get it on the PC? I won't worry about it. Anyway, back to your comments. Keep that pace up. Laylor says, hi. How do you draw and colour latex material on maybe dresses or suits? Laylor. If you're using dark colours, keep them dark with a very few light areas, and the bit that makes it look latexy and smooth is really hard white spots of reflection. Throw loads of reflective light white lines all over the place. Have a look at, say, some images from like Gantz and stuff like that, where you see some people make those suits look really latexy and shiny. That's where I'd suggest you start. And look at real latex. Careful about your Google search or your internet history. But have a look at real life examples and see if you can try to recreate that with your own artwork and colouring. I'm a Super Brolly says, hey Mikey, hello ISB. I've been watching your videos for at least 3 years now. Thank you very much, dude. You've helped me out so much, and now I want to move on to digital art. Could you make tutorials on how you personally use Photoshop to draw, and give us some pro tips you wish you knew when you started digital art? Please and thank you. PS, once again, congrats on 200k. Thank you. Let's hit 500k this time next year, boy. Love it. Dude. So you might have already seen it. I've done the 10 main tips, or the 10 steps I follow when I colour my own digital art. Steps I wish I'd known. Keep your layers separate and use layer masking tool a lot. Like do your clothes on a clothes layer and the skin on a skin layer. Don't mix them for later. Save often. And don't be scared to start putting your stuff on the internet. Some people might rip you down, some people might give you good hints and advice, but the more you show what you do, the more you get robust with it, and the more you want to get better quicker. If you keep it all to yourself, you get a little bit comfortable with what you're up to, and you might develop a little bit less. So get involved in a community, I'd say, really. That's my advice. Ross, how did you get so good? If there are any more artists that you'd suggest or sites for anime anatomy tutorials? Not just anime anatomy tutorials, but artists and people doing some great tutorials on here. Loads. Jazz is obvious. Mark Crilly's obvious. There's Sycra, Proco, Rake. I'm a massive fan of his work, which you've probably seen in a lot of my styles. I think his name's Ahmed Alduri. He's got a great channel as well. I probably ruined his name there. If you want to see people going through the process of actually making panels and stuff like that, as well as just character design, so there's White Manga. There's loads of really cool artists here on the YouTube. Have a thorough look around. If you go to an art channel, and on the right hand side there's suggested channels or similar channels links, start journeying through them. You're going to find some amazing people. Siren, love her artwork, or Siren. Sakimi-chan, she's a bit more of an animated type. Is it Hey Jen Bartel? She's got amazing stuff. Loads. There's loads. Veen Anims says, hello Mikey Mega Mega. Hello there, Veen. I love the name so much. Thank you very much. I like how it doesn't roll off the tongue, but you've got to just punch it out. Mikey Mega Mega. I'm not finishing any drawing or project when I watch DWMs, but I'd rather I do animations in the background. Oh, dude, awesome. I don't know why, but hearing your voice makes me less boring. Oh, cheers, dude. In fact, this isn't me at my... Sometimes, if we do a stream and stuff, I'm usually really chill. But I'm just smashing this sugar-infused alcohol just to give it some edge. Teen Bodhi Fitness Now says, hey Mikey. Hello Teen Bodhi Fitness Now. Weirdly, this is my first comment. It's weird because I've been watching your videos for over a year. That's alright, dude. Lurkers and people just kind of chilling out, I'll welcome along. But yeah, welcome to the comment section. Question. What would you say is the best way to loosen up the motion of a drawing? I seem to find my poses quite stiff and would love some pointers. Team Body Fitness Now. Warm-up sketches first. Really loosen up your hands and just get used to the pencil on the paper. A lot of my tutorials and my drawing style is structure first. This is the shape of the head. This is the shape of the limbs and the arms and the body. It's like a mannequin. These are all the different forms. That's fine for understanding like the shapes and how you're going to draw them, but if you get too nailed down on getting the correct separate pieces, the overall pose might lose some of its flow. So don't be scared to dive in first with a really loose, rough sketch where you're just doing a really quick rounded circle for a head, a really quick rounded circle for a body, really quick rounded oblongs for arms, really shitty looking, really fast, only thinking about the flow, the pose and the weight of the character. Doesn't have to be perfectly to scale. Just be like, shadum, I really want a character leaping over here, and get loads of energy and think of the weight line and the spine line and where the flow's going. Then go back over it, and once you've got that flow feeling, then use the slightly more solid building techniques to apply the mannequin to the smoother form that you've already got, and then you can kind of maybe tie everything in together. Give it a go and let me know if you have any luck with it. Nick Zhang says, my plans for Christmas would most probably be drawing whilst listening to all of your DWMs. You charmer, Nick Zhang. How about you, Mikey? What are your plans? Also, could you do a fan art of Tiger from Torador or Rin from Shelter Porter Robinson? Thanks so much for what you do. One of your coolest people I've ever met. Love you, Mikey. I love you too, dude. Thank you very much. Far too kind. I'm going to... I don't recognise any of this. Tiger from Torador or Rin from Shelter. So, I'm just going to steal this suggestion and put it into a Google search, obviously. Control C. Tiger from Torador. Okay, cutie schoolgirl. And then, what's that other one? Rin from Shelter. Very similar cutie schoolgirl vibe. I think we know what you like. So, let's go back to here. Good suggestions. Thank you very much. I've had Christmas. Well, we've all had Christmas now, obviously. We're in the interim window between Christmas and New Year, where some people think it's still holiday, some people think it's time to get back to work. I'm torn between the two. I find that drinking alcohol helps. I don't have much by the way of family, so I have a fairly quiet Christmas. My friends do their best to make sure that I socialise. I'm really bad at popping out, and what I do is I dive in and do loads of work. So what I've done this Christmas, to anyone who's still hanging around on Twitch these days, is I've rock solided this massive art piece with elves. So this DWM is coming out hopefully still just in the nick of Thursday. Might not be, technically Friday morning. But straight after that I'm going to be doing the time-lapse video of some elves. So you'll see what I did. Took 19 hours of streaming, so it's most of my Christmas. Falling asleep, waking up, doing more of that. And following other artists on Twitch. I'm really into seeing who's out there doing live stuff, because it's really fun to talk to people live whilst they're getting their artwork done. And yeah, there's some really crazy people around the world doing some incredible things on there. It's pretty cool. Pseudo Wound says, hey Mikey, hello Suedo. I'm eager to see your gaming channel. Will you be playing only modern games or remakes, or do you want to play retro games as well? Good luck on a new project. Thank you very much, dude. So yeah, Mega 2, the other channel, is where the live stream gaming goes in terms of like archiving it, or at least, you know, when it's not live. Who is it? Chameleon S, this person online who's been super helpful recently, has been telling me, oh, you can double stream, so that's why I'm looking at doing both Twitch and YouTube. I don't know if it'll work, because I'm only probably going to be able to read the chat from Twitch or something. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Just getting it away from this channel so it doesn't affect the art, and then I'll have another meeting with my YouTube partner manager hopefully in February to see if that's had any positive effecto patronums. But yeah, basically, sorry, I've gone on a little random thing. My brain's getting tired. Yeah, I'm not actually that up to date with modern video games. I do like the old schoolers. I've still got my N64, and I'm desperate to stream with it. Not like, well, PlayStation 1 games I could still happily play, but I'll stick them on an emulator for the PC. So I'd love to do the best of PS1 again, like Resident Evil 2, Metal Gear Solid, Crash Bandicoot, I really like that one, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9. What else is really good for the PS1? That's all that comes to mind for I feel like I'm really missing something out that's really obvious. Oh, Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, Vainglory. Is it Vainglory? I think it's Vainglory. That's got to be it. There can't be any more amazing PS1 games. PlayStation 1 did so well for good games, though, didn't it? So yeah, I like that. And also PS3 titles. I've got loads of them to go through based on everyone's suggestions. So yeah, there's a lot of catching up and learning, where probably most of the audience knows way more than I do. Dan Piano says, Mikey, hello Dan. I'm subscribed to many YouTube channels, but yours is the only channel I have notifications on. Oh, Dan Piano, notifications crew. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's really cool. Ding ding. I'm not going to say that. Oh, so here's the thing, right? Like, when I was in I don't know if I said this, I might have said this last time, I'm sorry. When I had like a YouTube partner manager live stream meeting, so it's like me and a load of other channels for all different sizes, vaguely this kind of same group, and we're in like a Google Web conference there, so we're all sitting on cam. And my partner manager, she was just like, what you should do in your videos is encourage people, as well as subscribing, to also click the notifications bell so that, you know, it turns on and they get the notifications. And she was like, you could come up with like a cool name for them, you know, like, you know, you're a name for the people who, like, you know, ring the bell or something like that, so that they know they're part of a thing. And obviously obvious things is like, you know, notification squad. People always say that these days. What have we got? We've got a hashtag hardcore crew, never forget. But when she was saying that, like, I nearly laughed, because the only thing that came to mind was like, what, you want me to call them bellends? Like, she was like, think up a cool name for people who ring the bell on your channel or press the bell icon, and all I had to say about it was bellends. Like, I couldn't think of anything better, which I don't think is a very nice thing to call the audience. But thank you very much. I was about to say thank you very much, Dan, for being a bellend. Absolutely don't mean that. You're way better than that. Thank you very much for being part of a notification squad, though. It's Trey appreciated. Thanks for getting in. Brandon Flores says, hey Mikey. Brandon, always a pleasure. I have a question. When you start an ink drawing without guidelines, what part of a drawing do you draw first? Ink without guidelines. I usually still start at the face, and I usually start at the eyebrows area, and then build away from that. If I'm doing a vehicle, I'll probably try to start at the front of a vehicle, or the direction of motion. And if I'm doing just an abstract piece, you know, when you just put an ink pen to the paper, you're having some coffee somewhere, you've got like an A5 sheet to fill and an hour to kill. God knows what order things are done. All over the boat, good sir. What about yourself? Do you just go ink only and just see what happens? I'm intimidated, if anything. That's crazy. Royal One Graphics, very good tutorial. Thank you, Royal One Graphics. I've got to be honest, for DWM episodes, they're not really tutorials, but if you found looking at the visuals useful, that makes me happy. And Ralt God of War says, in I Am Legend, they aren't zombies but vampires. A bit of evidence I can use other than the film saying so itself is the fact they burn in the sun and hide within the dark. Ralt, thank you very much for that edit. You are correct, actually. Sip of drink. I did call them zombies the other day, because I was asking for zombie suggestions, and we got one. Somebody mentioned Train to Busan, which is now on my things to watch list before New Year's. Thank you, whoever that was, I forget. Yeah, you're right, actually. They avoid the sun, they crowd around in the dark. I didn't realise they sucked blood. I knew they killed people wildly because they're just mental, but they're not intelligent, are they? They're just like, are they intelligent still? Like, do they have human intelligence? Because then that's fucked up, because that's really too fucked up for society based in such a real film, air quotes real, to happen that way. And zombie dogs. Anyway, it's sad. A lot of sad things happened. Misaki Jones says, hey Mikey, hello Misaki. Will you please draw Sophia Alexandra, ecchi version, 18 plus bloody notes please. Well, that's a very particular request. Control C. Was she the one from Soul Blade or Soul Edge? Sophia. She was. I really liked Sophia in the game. I was much bigger fan of Lizzie, Lizard Man, who has similar fighting techniques. We had a Dreamcast in my... I'm just like remembering stuff and having little chuckles to myself. I'm just making noises. In our second year of uni, in one of our houses, it was like 5 guys. We were all friends, and we had... the first year? No, second year. We had a Dreamcast with Soul Calibur. And my god, did we get fucking good at that game. And my favourite characters, like, I was shit hot with quite a few. That's the thing about that game. You can, like, if you know what to do, you know what to do. But I was shit hot with Mitsurugi and Lizard Man. Like, Lizard Man is the crowd favourite. Like, everyone loves a bit of Lizzie. So you'd always get, like, top points if you... didn't play with your favourite character and just played with Lizzie again, especially if you smashed people afterwards. That's a hell of a great game. Oh my god! What am I talking about? Thanks to your suggestions. Sorry, I'm slightly off piste. I've got Soul Calibur 5 for the PlayStation 3 and Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and I still haven't taken them out of the wrapping. But again, because they're so cheap to buy, I was like, oh wow, Soul Calibur, I remember the series. Oh, thank you, you've given me a memory I forgot I had. I've actually got a copy of Soul Calibur 5. I'm going to have to crack that out and give that a play sometime. I hope it's still as exciting as I recall. Although at my age, you only really play fighting games like that when you come home drunk from somewhere with your mates. I rarely sit down and just get good, even though I should do. I love that Tekken style. Chewy. Anyway, Anyway, thanks for the suggestion, Mitaki. She's on the list. Chewy says, hey Mikey, hello Chewy. Early late Merry Christmas and early late Happy New Year's. Your Christmas is late, your New Year's is early. Chewy, well done for covering all of the bases. I'm impressed with your technical creative linguistic skills. Your tutorials have helped me in drawing those anime and manga girls and handle body proportions work. Good, I'm pleased. DWMs are the power hour work times for me, and my schoolwork actually gets done during it. Awesome, welcome along. Carry on with the good work, thank you. If you have the time, watch the 7 Deadly Sins. Already seen it, thank you very much for the suggestion. It's got a second season. Oh, I haven't seen that. In January. As much as I like the female tutorials, can you do shonen males tutorial? Yeah, we need to do some more shonen males, Chewy. I do agree. And we're gonna maybe, I'm thinking like how to draw characters in the style of, how to draw characters in the style of Naruto, how to draw characters in the style of this, that and the other. Maybe that might be something interesting that people want to try. So not drawing the actual characters from it, but learning that take on things. Anyway, we'll see. Destom UW says, Mikey, hello there. SIM cards cost £1 in most shops, but most providers will send you a few for free if you ask. Why don't you just ask a friend to verify for you? Destom, thank you. I did verify the Mega Mega 2 channel because somebody. Oh, I'm not even going to explain the situation, but basically, thanks for helping me out with that last one. In the end, I had to work out, because I don't use a house phone. I had to work out what our house telephone number was since I last got my broadband changed, which I had like on a slip of paper somewhere, and then I had to find a telephone to plug in. So instead of like a normal phone, I found like an old Victorian, no, it's probably later than Victorian, but I found a really old black like rotary dial phone that literally goes and I had to plug that into the socket and get like a really crackly automated message from Google to verify the thing. Oh, but I'm gonna leave that now. It looks really retro and funky. But yeah, no, I've done it. Thank you, Desktop, nonetheless. Christian Hallback says, hello Mikey, hello Christian. Kind of new to your channel, been here for 4 months or so. Welcome along, good sir, hope you're having a good winter. And I've had this burning desire to ask you one really important question. Man to man, are you a boob or an ass kind of guy? You're an ass man myself. P.S. Love your drawing, though I'd love to see you draw a female with a smaller chest sometime. Yeah, Christian, I do need to, like, expand the range by reducing the boob. You are correct. Not all the time, but sometimes. I am an ass man. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate both at all times. But, you know, if put a gun to my head and say choose one or the other, all about that ass. Pastel Caramel. See, we can talk about anything here, it's fine. This is a safe place. Pastel Caramel says, can you draw Mira Jane from Fairy Tail? She's the older one who's also the bar waitress, right? Who also turned into a, spoiler alert, demon of some sort? Yeah, I think that's the right one. Yeah, she should probably go on the list as well. That's a very good suggestion. I'm going to leave that tab open for later. And Casey Ellis says, oh, Casey, you've been in the streams anyway as well. So maybe what you're saying here we've already talked about on Twitch. I'm listening to this video whilst reading Game of Thrones Book 2 because I've got my sketchbook home. Oh, anyway, we've actually talked about that, so I'm not even going to read the rest of your thing in this DWM. But yeah, we've had a chat. Excellent. Sean Smith, if I sound like I'm really cruel skipping that comment, Casey's on the Twitch channel. So we've had a talk. Sean Smith says, hey Mikey, as far as the Drakengard Nier series, oh my god, so much Nier Automata knowledge going on today. As far as the series goes, no need to play any of the games before Automata, but for a bit of explanation and a hugely interesting, albeit baffling story, you can play Nier and Nier Replicant to get the most connected bit of story. The games work well by themselves, but if you find yourself thirsty for more, you could go into the earlier games after playing Automata. Another great idea would be to watch some quick story summaries on YouTube. Sean Smith. Oh, cheers and happy gaming and drawing. Thank you very much, Sean. Same back to you. I like the idea of doing some catch-up videos on YouTube and diving into Nier Automata. That would be maybe a good way to go. Knight of Nick. Knights of Nick. I've got it. I've got your name. Eki Fakang Weebong. Oh, I've just had a little bit there. Oh, it's just taking me back to some excellent TV back in the day. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting all nostalgic of your name. Hello Mikey, hello Knights of Knee. First time I've actually seen you, the camera insert, and you look nothing like your voice. You look something like Will Terry in my head. Who's that? Excellent Knights of Knee. I have like, it's not like a face reveal because I've had my face on camera a lot, but I've done even more videos in general, so like the overall percentage that you see my face is probably quite low. But oh, Will Terry art looks amazing. I've just typed in Will Terry. to see if I could see a person's face. I can't, but I can see the artwork, and I'm pretty sure I remember what this artist looks like. He's got glasses and a beard, maybe? I've seen a lot of this on maybe DeviantArt. Oh, it's so juicy! Oh man, I'm going to leave that tab open as well. I'm really glad you brought him up. Yeah, face to voice ratio, how does it work? But yeah, thank you very much for following along, and it's a delight to listen to you whilst drawing and painting. I'm currently painting Guybrush Threepwood from Monkey Island. Monkey Island is one of those point and click adventure games, right, where you have to like solve puzzles. I think somebody was also recommending this because we were talking about Day of the Tentacle. Is this the same thing? Oh no, it's Monkey Island, an animated film. Oh no, it is a computer game. It is what I'm thinking of. Excellent. Might have to come back to that one day. JVaughan456, howdy Mikey. Hello JVaughan. I wanted to thank you for your video tutorial. Dude, and everybody there's loads of people like saying thank you for tutorials and stuff today. Genuinely, thank you for watching. I am really pleased you found them useful. If you get any pleasure out of art, that's really cool by my book. Oh, but thank you very much anyway for, you know, I'm seeing loads of cool stuff in here. I'm losing my words. I'm seeing loads of cool stuff in the comment section. That's really cool. Anyway, they help me get better at my art. I'm even doing some art for Pathfinder stream. Dude, very cool. It's a game that got me interested in video games, so it has to be Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Speaking on that, what kind of... Jay Vaughan, you're not somebody who's been in my Twitch as well, because somebody was saying about Pathfinder. Well, they're talking about Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder being their main two bags. Was that you, good sir? Or someone similar? Your current favourites are Grimgar and Konosuba. Fantasy, anime and manga do I watch? My main one is Berserk. It's really dark. But on the fantasy side, I'm all about that. And One Piece as well. I'm an absolute sucker for One Piece. I really love it. The manga. The anime's fine. And the anime, when the anime follows the manga, One Piece anime is lots of fun as well. But the One Piece anime has gone off-piste so many times with OVA shit and just filler episodes. And we're not going to go on a rant. I'll make a video about it one day. But the problem with filler episodes is they're not inked by the original artist. They lack the quality and style. Some of the bullshit extra characters that are made up look like shit because they're not part of a world really. They're not from the same creator. And when you get when you get a filler arc for anything, because it needs to go back and fall back in line with a manga, basically wherever they are at the start of a filler arc, whatever happens, all the characters have to be exactly where they were again by the end of it. No one really grows, no one gains any powers or changes anything or changes the world. It doesn't tie in with the ongoing long-term story. It's all a fucking waste. Fucking hate filler anime. Just don't do it. Run another anime show until they've got more time. Anyway, sorry. We're going on an angry rant. We're not going to do it. I've calmed myself down prematurely and we're good to go. Gus Shonen Maker says, hey Mikey, hello Gus. Please try to draw Potato Girl from Attack on Titan. Love your vids as always. Potato Girl? I know Attack on Titan has like, what's her name? The girl with all the stomach muscles? Who's Potato Girl? Oh, that is a genuine real character. Sasha Blouse. Eats a lot of potatoes. Maybe. That's such a weird particular character to request. Yeah, okay, don't worry, we'll come back to it. Maybe Gus. Anthony Batista, Girl with All the Gifts is a good zombie movie. Oh, this was also recommended last time. I think it's on my list, but I'm gonna again open a tab just in case. I'll stick this all into Notepad later. Excellent, thank you. And Mustafa Tahek says, hey Mikey, can you draw Avatar Quarter? What, from like Avatar The Last Airbender? I'm opening a lot of new tabs right now and pasting all of your suggestions aside for image search. Oh, she's grown up a lot, hasn't she? Oh my. Just checking out this character. Maybe is my question for now. Maybe, yeah. I like the look, and I'd love to do it more anime than it is there. We'll come back to that, good sir. Excellent. Bojack D, hello dude, how's it going? I missed the live drawing session, so Tuesday might be the draw sessions then. Keeping eyes open for this in the future. Sorry Bojack, it's all over the place at the moment. It is a genuine messy schedule. Thanks for holding on. And Lewis Zavala says, for Nier Automata and Persona 5, you can just start on those games. Oh, brilliant. So because I was asking about this as well. Persona 5 is good just to dive in. Good. Also, it's good to be back. Haven't watched one of these in a while, and it really does motivate me to draw. Louis, thank you very much for following along. Thanks for the patience whilst we had all that downtime. It's great to be back on board. Jeffrey Lee says, could you make a Discord, please, Mikey? Jeffrey Lee. Some people online called Sharian... Oh, I'm getting it wrong already. Sharon X? Or Chiron X or Sharian X has made me a Mikey Mega Mega Discord channel. I have one. I think it's Mikey Mega Mega Art Club or something like that. We might just change it to Mikey Mega Mega. But yeah, there's people in the Discord now talking about stuff. I'm rarely there. I don't know how to use... I'm the only one who doesn't know how to use Discord, and I think I'm the owner of the channel. But it's looked after by some excellent moderators. So yeah, that's the thing now. Again, this is me slowly learning about the world of live streaming and stuff. So slowly building these things up as we go forward. Sunday, so if Matt slams Mikey's head, it will shatter? If I Matt slam Mikey's head, it will shatter? Well, it might do. I'd rather you didn't, Sunday. I'm very precious. Fun Guns Pro X says, by the way, please review my drawings. I DM'd you on Twitter. Oh, I'll have a double check. I'm better at the DMs now, but people have been sliding all up in my DMs for weeks and months, and I've only the other week realised they're there. So if it looks like I've blanked your DMs, I genuinely... Because some of them, when you swipe right, you get your DMs. But if you swipe right again, which I've never done, you get all these blocked DMs which you have to choose to allow. So messages have just been sitting in there for fucking ages, and I never knew it existed. Anyway, that's my excuse. Anonymous Frog says, Mikey, have you seen the internet made a character Earth-chan? She's beginning to get a lot of attention. I want to know what you think. Ha! She's not flat. I see what you're saying. Let's Control C. Earth-chan. This better not turn into the FBI being at my house. Let's have a look. Know your memes. Earth-chan. NASA t-shirt. Oh, I get it. Some of the pictures are better than others. That's all I'll say for... Is there an original copy to that meme? It's a real mixed bag. Real mixed. Okay. Also leaving that tab open for later looking. Thank you. Anyway, Captain Maru says, hey Mikey. Hello, Captain. Hope you have a wonderful holiday and a great Christmas. Thank you. Cheers to you, good sir. Let's have a sip. You've been juggling spending time with the fam just as you do, but honestly I'm looking forward to spending Christmas Day with my wife to help her cook dinner. Oh, nice. By helping I mean peeling the veggies and opening cans because she throws me out of the kitchen and takes over. I remember I used to see a girl where she would get to cooking and I'd just be like, oh wow, this looks awesome, can I help? And she'd just be like, no, you can just go sit down. And I'd be like, oh okay, I'll just go sit over here and drink some beer. And it should be like, you know, I'm the man of the house, I'm just going to sit down here and drink some beer while she cooks. But I was always really interested in what she was up to. She was really like into it. But whenever I got near, she was like, just sit down and have some beer. I just wait till the food came to me, and then she was like safe to approach. Gabrielle, anyway, no, I've nearly skipped. Anyway, what you were saying was, I've gone on a tangent, I do apologise. Personally looking forward to the summer when I've saved up enough to buy a new computer because mine blew up. Oh shit. Dude, my laptop blew up once. I genuinely feel the sudden shocking loss of not having backed up your data and having to really assess what you're going to do with your life. And not having internet for an evening is a really horrible experience because you're just like, oh, what shall I do? Ah, fuck it, I'll do whatever I want. Maybe I'll go on the internet. Oh, fuck, no, I can't do that thing. What else shall I do? Fuck it, I'll do what I want. Oh, maybe I'll go on the... Oh, fuck, it's happened again. That's all night long. Gabriel Avilia says, hey, Mikey, can you draw Mia from Monster Masumi, please? Oh, Gabrielle Avila. I'm gonna just... I can't remember which one you guys... One of them's a spider. So I'm gonna put this in image search, and if it's the spider one, I'm not happy. Oh, it's the snake one. Yeah, I'll draw her. Yeah, happily. We'll do one. Great suggestion. Oh, I was really worried then. You were sending me back to the spider pictures. Darius over 9,000. I don't mind the cam since I listened in as a podcast, but you could put your Cuphead drawing over the cam so you can't see it instead of cropping, since you'll lose the quality. You do, Mikey Big Love. I could stick the Cuphead over in the corner. I don't know if you guys want to see hyper sped up Mikey footage or just the Cuphead instead. Both are fine by me. Oh, that is tasting better the more I drink it. Joel says, long comment warning. Oh, fucking hell, mate. Most important stuff first. First of all, most important. Oh, fucking hell. Thank you so much for the massive canvas suggestion. No worries, dude. I've never thought of that and nobody else has ever suggested it. Good thinking. I'll try drawing on a big canvas as my RAM can take. Also, Merry Xmas and Happy New Year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and each of every one of you. You there, boy? Me, sir? Yes, you. What day is it? Why, golly, sir, it's Christmas Day. Well, then, why don't you go off and buy me the biggest turkey you can find? For sure, sir. Threepence and a penny. Oh, 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 Merry Christmas, each and every one. Ding, 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 ding. Anyway, sorry. Oh, my God, I realised that went too far. Sorry. But yeah, Merry Christmas to all of you guys. I hope you've all had a lovely time, and I hope equally you all have had or have enjoyed, you know, a really good fun New Year's. Dived into January as fresh as you can be. Some of you will probably just be horribly hungover and ready just to have a good time. Anyway, the rest of your comment, basically you're reaffirming what people have been saying about diving into Nier, so I'm not going to read through all of it, although I am glancing over it. Gestalt Replicant doesn't really matter. Persona 5 is a standalone. It just has some nods to the others, so I can also dive in. Win-win. And an unfortunate quote. Nazis and anime have been great for me. Mikey Mega Mega 2017. Don't worry about it being long, Joe. You're cool. So there's this thing we've been talking about on Twitch where, like, the problem is you can record a lot of what I say. Sometimes out of context, like, you know, my heart's in the right place, right? But out of context, some of it doesn't come off very well, I won't lie. Theo Allen says, I can imagine your voice is in a Disney movie narrating the story. Why, thank you, Theo. The Anime Gamer next says, Hi, Mikey. I know you won't read this until next Wednesday, which will be late, but I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you very much, The Anime Gamer. I have had, and I plan to, and I hope the same applies to you. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're doing okay. We're going to smash this. Really good thing about when I do, and you'll notice the thumbnail to this DWM episode. For anybody who's listening this far in, bloody love you. You are, of course, the hashtag hardcore crew. Give yourselves a pat on the back, have a sip of tea, or maybe a bit of JD honey and Coke, which it turns out is delicious. Yeah, if you guys are listening this far in, part of what you'll notice, and part of what, you know, I almost plan for these days, is if I do a DWM episode and the thumbnail doesn't include a female sketch character or some boobs, it gets way less views, and it means the chat is way less busy. So sometimes, like, when I do, like, I've just been doing a Cuphead drawings, I'm just playing around with drawings and cartoon styles, it means that I can actually smash a higher percentage of the comments which are in here, which is great, which is why I'm putting a pace on. For this one, the thumbnail, you notice it's not very intriguing, it's just a journey character we're playing with. I don't really come up with anything final by the time my sketchbook time, but that's part of your sketchbook time. Some days are better than others, sometimes you just come up with shit, you don't find your flow, you just fill a page for whatever reason. Maybe you haven't got the final idea. Maybe getting these shitter ideas out of the way helps you get your final idea later. And yeah, I record it all, obviously, for the background stuff, but I think, again, we'll get less views on this, just in a very general sense, which means I'll be able to dive in again a little bit more wholeheartedly into the comment section once more next time round. But then after that, you know, push for analytics, more female characters, something, clicks and views. We'll see how we go. IRLs, sorry, you've spelled your name really weirdly, says, can you do the next video to make the art of Acerola from Pokemon, because this character is the best Chara design in Pokemon, but there's nearly zero art on her. Oh my god, I can't believe how many tabs I'm opening to look at your artwork this particular episode. I feel like I'm getting more and more out of touch with up-to-date anime, because everything that gets recommended... Oh, she looks a bit young, I don't know if that's risky, because everything that gets recommended, I'm just like, yeah, I could do a fan art of her. We'll come back to it. Everything that gets recommended these days, I'm just like, Jesus, I've got no idea what you guys are talking about. And every now and then, like, somebody older in the comments will, like, talk about a film from the 80s that I recognise, and I'm just like, yes! I get that reference! It's like Captain America. But, you know, physically quite different. Derek Tsai, another awesome episode of DWM. Thank you, good sir. And again... got the advice about diving straight into Nier Automata if I have to. Thank you very much. And as for Christmas-themed Senran Kagura practice for you, good sir. I hope it went bloody well. Upload it. Let's all have a look. How are we doing for the comments? Quick little skipperoo. Ooh, we've got quite a long way to go. Manly Gamer says, to answer the last question, the first game I ever played that really got me into culture was actually one of the Jet Set radio games. Back on the first Xbox console, I remember those as well. Was that where it had a girl with roller skates and a really pointy nose? I never understood it. And by the way, I really like this vintage Cuphead style that you've got going on here, Mikey. Thank you very much, dude. Reminds me a lot of when I watched Tom and Jerry as a kid. Yeah, this is all that old school animation vibe pulling in. I really love how Cuphead's breathed a bit of fire into that genre and everyone started taking notice again. Oh, excuse me, cheeky burp. That is really good stuff. Archer5432, hey Mikey, first time commenting. Well, Archer, thank you very much for getting involved. How are you doing? And that's it. That's all you've said. Well, have a lovely day. Omniscient Warrior says, welcome to the club. How else are things? Oh my god. Oh, bloody hell. It's done that thing when you scroll to the bottom of the chat to have a quick look and it expands and there's actually loads more. Okay, so a few more comments and then we're going to wrap up. Amar Petit says, the first game that made me want to play games is actually a game I never played. It was Scarface for World Is Yours, a game that you may or may not know, but it's basically GTA Vice City. I never played it because my mom dad didn't let me, but when I saw it as a kid I really wanted to play it. So that's a thing as well, like when you're a little kid and you see a video game or a cutscene for a video game or an advert, and you just get these snippets of this incredible thing that you've never experienced before, especially when you're really young and you just don't have much exposure to video games. I think people grow up different these days from back then. But you'll see a snippet of a video game and your mind will go wild with the possibilities, even if you don't know what the game's about. Yeah, I know that feeling where you're just like, oh my god, what could this be? I remember after like loving Final Fantasy VII so hard, seeing in like a video games magazine, you had to buy from the shops, PlayStation 1 magazine and shit like this. It had a page talking about Final Fantasy VIII being in development, and it had like 2 screenshots and a picture of Squall Lionheart on the front. And I just looked at these 2 images so hard and I was like, oh my god, I wonder what is happening here. I wonder what the game is all about. I wonder what this character's going to do, what his powers are. Oh my god, I couldn't believe it. And he'd always get like video games magazines, by the way, are, well, I don't know if they're better now, but they were fucking bullshit. They were such a torrent of shit. They always gave good ratings to shit because they were like owned by PlayStation and stuff like that. It was the dodgiest thing in the world, and they never knew what they were fucking talking about. Half the people who wrote the articles never bothered playing the games. It's fucking ludicrous, and as a kid you've got no idea, you just eat it up. And so like I remember in the beginning of Final Fantasy VIII, we're not going to have time for any more comments, I'm going to rant, sorry, story time. In the beginning of Final Fantasy VIII, in the cutscene, if any of you have never seen it, Squall and Cypher are training, and they're clanging their big boy swords together. This isn't a euphemism, you're fine, safe for work. Whilst all this music's playing and you're getting other cutscenes from other parts of the game. And as they're fighting, like, Cypher takes it too far and he uses like fire magic on him, knocks him down and cuts his face with his sword. And then Squall gets up all angry and bleeds a bit and he cuts Cypher's face back. So that's why they've both got matching scars and like hate each other for most of the game. I remember in a fucking this is going somewhere, don't worry. I remember in this fucking PlayStation 1 magazine, it was just like, oh, Final Fantasy VIII's coming, be really hype and stuff like that, and we're going to talk about the story of Squall and Cypher. And some fucking random dick wrote this passage for a fucking official magazine. He was like, yeah, Squall and Cypher, like they both work in this school and they're like both top of their class, but they're both enemies. And one day, like, they go too far and they have a fight, and at the last minute, Cypher fires his gunblade and Squall fires his gunblade back, and they both shoot each other, and the bullets graze each other's faces, and that's how they got the scars. And it's just like, you fucking piece of shit, would you just pull that out your arse or something? That never happened. You're making up paragraphs just to fill a fucking space in a magazine, because, you know, innocent kids like me, not so innocent now, will fucking lap it up thinking that's, you know, true fact. Oh my god. I'll tell you what, guys, here's a fucking YouTube channel for you. This guy called Guru Barry, is it just Guru Barry? Basically, oh, is it Guru Larry? Maybe it's Larry. Wait, I'm just going to go on my YouTube right now, because this dude, basically, all of his videos about all of the fucking scams behind, and it's mostly retro stuff, although he's got some new stuff as well, but mostly stuff in like the early 2000s, late 90s, from the PlayStation, from Amiga consoles right through to PlayStation 2 stuff, I'd say is the main heyday of what he does. But he talks about all of the fucking scams, all of the bullshit rip-off con artist stuff that happens to video games that were made incomplete and the whole game's downloadable content to reach a deadline, video games that were made on purpose so difficult you can't go past a certain level because coders didn't bother making the rest of the game. Fucking so much stuff. If you want to get angry, if you want to get both nostalgic and angry all at once, where's his I'm just going to see if he comes up on my feed, so I can't quite remember the name of his channel. He's really good, and he's another Brit as well, so back him up. Wait for it. Here we go. Larry Bundy Jr. LARRYBUNDYJR. Just have a look. Basically, the angry that I was just now, if any of that means anything to you, if any of you guys have got personal similar experience, go check out that guy and his channel, because it's a lot of fun to watch. Right, guys, I am sorry I did just go on a little bit of a rant there about PS1 magazine at the end, but what are you going to do about it? Thank you so much for getting in the comment section, you bloody lovely people. Yes, it is good to be back doing some DWMs and having a catch up with you lots. Yes, it's just some shitty journey sketches, but yeah, that's what happens. Some are good, some are better than others. Don't feel any shame about it. That's like the journey of working in a sketchbook or just working on your ideas. I appreciate we're a bit out of a sketchbook and we're on a tablet. Keep your eyes peeled for the last fan art time-lapse video I'll be doing of the Christmas Sexy Elves, which will be tomorrow or the day after. Genuinely, normally I spend maximum 8 hours on a piece. Well, 8 to 10 maybe, and if I do really, really well I might do it in 6 or 7. This was 19 hours of streaming, so the time-lapse video is going to look really messy. I'm probably going to steal a load of Jack's Films Christmas songs because they're hilarious, and just whack it out there, and then we will be in 2018, you lovely lot. So get in the comments, say hello, let me know anything you want me to know. If I've missed what you've said this time, I'll hopefully catch it next time. What obvious question are we going to do? Of course, it's what are your New Year's resolutions? Do you have any? Are you doing them already? What are your big plans for next year? And I will see you guys next time. Take care.